Hello, this is Julie from cuttercrafter.com. I made this project on a ceramic tile this weekend for a friend who's getting married. Makes a lovely gift. This is a 12-inch by 12-inch ceramic tile, and I cut some vinyl and I put it on this tile. At my blog, cuttercrafter.com, I posted a free true type font that contains all the capital letters of the English alphabet so that you can make a tile like this too, but customize it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use that true type font, but be sure to go to my blog to see the instructions for how to cut your project and get it on the tile so that you have a really nice gift to give to somebody. Today I'm going to show you how to use this true type font in Make the Cut software. So we'll go there. I've added an F because I want to make a custom gift for somebody in my family, and I need the F, but you could use any letter of the alphabet. So this is what it will look like, but I'm going to open a new page and Make the Cut. And the first thing I want to do is go to the Text and Fonts tab at the upper right part of your screen, and in the drop-down menu you would have, if you install the font, you would have Regal Split Monogram, and then you click on the T and type the letter you want. Well, I want the letter F, so I type letter F, capital F, because I did not include lowercase letters in this font, and then accept. So that puts this shape on my screen. Now remember, you have to install the font on your computer's system fonts folder before it'll show up as a font, but I have instructions for that on my blog, cuttercrafter.com. So the next thing I want to do is resize this. With the gold lock icon on, I'm going to resize the width to 10 inches and press enter. That brings the size to 10 inches, a full size. I'm going to zoom out a little bit using the virtual mat zoom slider here so that you can see it all. 10 inches gives me room for the customized text in the middle, and also a little extra room at the bottom to add more text. The next thing I want to do is add the text for this center section here. I'm just going to click anywhere on the screen and click again on my text and fonts. I'm going to select this time a serif font that kind of matches the style of this letter F, but without all the embellishments. I'm going to type a C and go to Caslon, C-A-S, these are in alphabetical order, Caslon BD-BT, and click the T, and in here, again, I'm going to type the text that I want, and I want it to say, I'm going to put it all in caps, so I'll put my lock on, F-L-A-N-A-G-A-N, Flanagan Family. So this will be a Flanagan Family tile, and I'll accept that. Now the size is kind of big. Now since I made my big letter 10 inches wide, I could do the same thing on this, but I'm going to take the gold lock icon off because I just want to change the width and not the height. So I'll type in 10 and enter. And now I have it a perfect 10-inch width, and I'm going to look at it very closely by going to the zoom again here, and we can change this to outline so we can see the overlapping lines. What I would like is for the tops of these letters just to barely overlap the bottom line of the top half, and I'd like the bottoms of the letters to just barely overlap the bar on the bottom half of the design. That way I can weld it all together. I have this text selected, and I'm going to hold the Shift key and select the rest of it so that everything is now selected. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the weld icon, which is on the bottom of the screen, about the middle of the bottom toolbar. Control W is weld. And it welds all three pieces together: the name, the top half of the design, and the bottom half of the design. So again, I'll zoom out a little more so we can see it all, and I'll change this back to fill outline so you can see the letter. Now I'm going to add the text at the bottom using the same font, Caslon BD BT, clicking the T, and this time I want to type in established, EST. I'll do the abbreviation because it's a long text. It might not fit if I wrote the whole word. Established June 2nd, 1973, and accept. So then I can bring that down here, and you'll notice it's also rather wide. I still have the green lock icon unlocked, so I'm just going to type in 10 for the width and enter. Now one thing I want to do is just make sure I have it lined up vertically, type a V, and it centers that down here. I could resize it if I want. If I don't like the way it looks, I can drag it out longer, or Control Z undo. I can move it down a little bit. I would like to just select this part and use my down arrow to move it a little further away from this design. So now my virtual mat, I can again zoom out a little bit and you can see the design, and I'll just go to File and Save As and put it in my monogram tile folder and call it Flanagan Monogram. And now it's ready to cut. Or in some cases I have cutters that don't have really good software. I might want to export this whole design as an SVG to use in other cutters. So I'll go to File, Export, Selection to SVG, and I'm going to save the whole thing as Flanagan Monogram, and it'll be saved as an SVG. And now I can import this into my other software that uses SVG files. So I have it not only in a TrueType font, but now I have this custom design that I can cut to make the cut compatible cutters, or I can cut it to my Kick and Cut Zing directly from here. I could cut it to my Silhouette from here. One thing I do want to do is use that SVG file on my Scan and Cut machine. So what I will do is just put that SVG file on the thumb drive that I keep in my Scan and Cut machine, select the file, and cut it from there. So there it is, a beautiful design from a TrueType font used in Make the Cut. Now if you have an older Cricut and you have